The night of the fight, they weigh like a 20, 18 pounds more than you. Is difficult. It's more difficult, but my power is there. If you hear the punches, my power is different.
Yeah.
Going up 2 weight classes, really like 3, and early, I feel Terence will have great success. I mean, maybe he'll get Canelo's head snapped back, or, you know, catch Canelo early.
Our great fighters, but I think Canelo's just too big, and you know they mistake him as being just a guy at 168, not a regular guy, and Crawford being the more talented. But that's not the case.
Canelo Alvarez responded to Terence Crawford's latest training footage with a mix of respect and self-assurance. He acknowledged that Crawford's style shows flashes of Floyd Mayweather's trademark slickness and praised the discipline evident in his preparation. Even so, Canelo made it clear that his confidence remains unshaken. He admitted Crawford's skill and power are legitimate but insisted they won't be enough to overcome him. With firm resolve, Canelo declared he is prepared to dominate and once again prove his superiority in the ring.
Because first of all is the respect. If they treat you with respect, you do the same thing. And that's what I think. So, and I'm always try to do my best there. Not because I need it, because I need to. Because I really appreciate everything.
Yeah, look, and you've been fighting pro now for what, more than 17 years, I believe.
Almost 20.
Wow, yeah, almost 20 years.
In October.
Wow.
I turned 20 years as professional fighter.
One of the sharpest contrasts analysts draw between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is how opponents approach them in the ring. Against Crawford, fighters generally hold their ground. They respect his timing, counters, and technical brilliance, but they don't typically retreat in panic. With Canelo, it's a different story. Opponents often circle away, rely on constant movement, and fight in survival mode, fully aware that a single clean shot from him can flip the fight instantly. Analysts see this as proof of Canelo's fearsome reputation. His punches carry both physical and psychological weight, shaping the mindset of opponents before the first exchange even happens. This contrast adds intrigue to a Canelo versus Crawford showdown. Crawford thrives when fighters engage, while Canelo thrives when relentless pressure and power eventually break an opponent's will.
As a matter of fact, I ain't even seen close to run from Terence. We ain't seen Major Marvin in his last fight run from Terence but Crawford. But we do see people running away from Canelo Alvarez. People not trying to commit to Canelo Alvarez. We seen it with William Skull. Dude was just as cut up as anybody in the sport of boxing. Mother ever was running. The Cubans running. We already know that the Cuban school, man, they highly respected in the sport of boxing. He was running. Jamel Charlo, Iron Man Charlo. I ain't gonna say he wasn't running, but he wasn't committed. He wasn't committed the way that he was committed in the 154-pound division when he was knocking everybody else to get his title, right? It was very uncharacteristic from Iron Man Jamel Charlo with knockout arms, right? Even, I'm gonna tell you like this, even Dimitri Bivol was going at it with Canelo Alvarez. 1-2, but he was jumping right back out. Jumping right back out. He beat him in the style that Dimitri Bivol beat him. But it's not like he went out there and had that killer instinct and go for gusto and stuff like that with Canelo Alvarez. He wasn't just trying to go out there and get him. He was jump back out, jump back out, jump back out. Hold on, I don't want to stay in the danger zone, right? Even though he beat Canelo Alvarez, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Edgar Berlanga using work. We see Edgar Berlanga using his footwork and stuff like that, right? He's a good count of himself, but he didn't commit that with the way he was committing versus Montequilla and all his opponents. Because Canelo Alvarez is different. Canelo Alvarez is dangerous. I've been hearing, of course, a lot of people saying that Bud Crawford is dangerous, but ain't nobody. I never saw nobody that fought Terence Bud Crawford had fear in their heart, fear in their eyes. Even when they was getting beat down from Terence Bud Crawford, they still stuck to Terence Bud Crawford.
Canelo's sparring partners, having felt his power up close, add another layer to the debate. One partner voiced outright doubt about Crawford's chances, arguing that he doesn't see Bud handling the extra weight effectively. The concern is based on first-hand experience. Canelo has already faced and beaten naturally bigger men, including light heavyweights, and proven his power carries up. Crawford, by contrast, is stepping into uncharted territory. While added muscle might boost his strength, it also risks slowing him down, a dangerous trade-off for a fighter whose speed and precision are the backbone of his style. The sparring partner's perspective underscores a central worry. No matter how skilled Crawford is, the physical strain of moving up in weight against a proven puncher like Canelo could be too steep a mountain to climb.
Canelo's gonna win, but I tell everybody, man, it's a business standpoint, I think it's gonna be a draw if it goes the distance. But I see Canelo getting the stoppage. I don't think Crawford's gonna carry that weight well. Even if he did put on weight, I don't think that was a good idea, especially coming up from a smaller guy. But it's gonna be a great fight. Two brains in the ring. It's gonna be a good fight.
Fernando Vargas, the former world champion and Mexican boxing icon, has made his position crystal clear. Mexico needs Canelo Alvarez to win this fight. To Vargas, Canelo is more than just a great fighter. He is a symbol of national pride, carrying forward the legacy of Julio Cesar Chavez and other Mexican legends. His victories represent something bigger than personal glory. They resonate deeply with fans who see him as the face of Mexican boxing today. While Vargas acknowledged Crawford's brilliance, he emphasized the emotional stakes involved. For Mexico, this isn't just another bout, it's a matter of pride. Vargas believes Canelo must rise to the occasion and deliver victory, not only for himself but also for his country.
I'm a big Crawford fan as well. Like every time he sees me and my brothers and my dad at fights, he comes out of his way, shakes our hand. It's all respect. But I just feel the weight's a little too much, Marcos. I feel going up 2 weight classes really like 3. And early, I feel Terence will have great success. I mean, maybe he'll get Canelo's head snapped back or, catch Canelo early. Maybe I could see Terence Crawford go southpaw because you see Canelo has had a bit of problems with southpaws. You could see Canelo, I could see him getting frustrated, picking him up like how he does, like when he gets frustrated. But I say 6th, 7th, 8th round on up, I think he'll figure him out, and we need Canelo to get a stoppage, if not get a get a knockout. I think it'll be great for Mexico, and it'll be great for Razas. But I got Canelo, coming out with the victory.
Canelo's punching power has stopped larger men before, and history shows that moving up in weight often poses serious challenges for smaller fighters. But recent footage out of Terence Crawford's camp has quieted many of those concerns. Training clips reveal a bigger, stronger, and sharper version of Bud, with the added weight seemingly enhancing rather than hindering his athleticism. Analysts have pointed out how Crawford has packed on muscle without sacrificing speed. His footwork remains quick, and his combinations are as crisp as ever. This transformation has shifted the conversation from skepticism to curiosity. Instead of looking undersized, Crawford now appears fully prepared for the leap, proving that his discipline and preparation have allowed him to adapt seamlessly to the demands of a higher weight class.
Right, and again, stark contrast with what Terence Crawford is having to deal with. He is fighting guys, and when I say cutting down from 190, probably in the ring at 190 pounds, much less cutting down from him. Crawford's probably being hit by guys like Sean Porter, who, maybe 160 pounds on fight night. The difference is just night and day. So I was thinking, how in God's name are you going to get around that? How are you going to get around the strength disadvantage? Because Crawford is very physically strong. And he normally always has, maybe with the exception of Sean Porter, although that was kind of much of a muchness. Sean Porter did really well that fight. He's normally always had physical strength factor. Very physically strong as Terence Crawford. And I'm wondering, how are you going to get around that? You're used to hitting guys, they get hurt. Alvarez has been hit by Danny Jacobs. He's been hit by Triple G. He's been hit by Bivol, Kovalev, Callum Smith, etc. Big punching guys who are a lot bigger than Terence Crawford. Granted, skillful, a lot bigger. So again, I'm thinking, how are you going to get around this? Well, Crawford's released a couple of trainings, and in those trainings, yikes, he's looking good for one. He's looking a lot better than Canelo was looking at some of his training clips. But again, you can't read a great deal into those training clips because, again, Alvarez is clearly holding back. People say, oh, he looks terrible. Well, you can kind of tell he's not going full tilt. You can kind of tell that. So what does that tell you? How many times have we seen guys look good on the pad and then on fight night they've nothing left? I distinctly remember Alexander Pavek in the run-up to the second Dillian Whyte fight in an open workout.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who has shared the ring with both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, offered a perspective few others can. Khan described Canelo as an absolute beast, praising his raw strength, granite chin, and ability to punish opponents with crushing counters. Having felt Canelo's power firsthand in their 2016 fight, Khan emphasized just how punishing Alvarez can be. His view carries extra weight because he also knows Crawford's arsenal, having been stopped by Bud in 2019. While Khan respects both fighters, he believes Canelo's size and physical dominance give him a distinct edge. In his eyes, Canelo represents a level of danger that even the most skilled boxers cannot afford to ignore.
Man. I thought Canelo at his peak. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo's a beast. He's a great man. He's a family man as well. Got a lot of respect for him. I like him. And you know, we've always had mutual respect for each other. And he still has a picture of me and him in his front room. I saw on a documentary because he really saw that what was one of his biggest fights, like the hype. Yeah, man, it was good times.
And then when people see that fight back, you're winning those early rounds.
I mean, look, it was boxing for a 12-round fight. You know, I mean, even though I won them early rounds, he came with a good shot. He had the power, he had the strength. I mean, he was so big. I remember thinking this is easy. I could hit him when I won. But then, obviously, I knew that when he hit me with the couple of them body shots and he hit me with them shots, I was like thinking, this guy can hit hard.
A major concern among fans and analysts is whether Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford could mirror the disappointment of Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. That long-anticipated super fight, though historic, left many underwhelmed by its cautious pace and lack of action. The fear here is similar, that both Canelo and Crawford, fully aware of each other's strengths, may approach the fight too carefully. Crawford might avoid trading with a naturally bigger puncher, while Canelo could deliberately slow the tempo to keep from being caught by Crawford's sharp counters.
Hang it on a thread. If Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford pull a Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, there's no turning back. In this side of the pond, stop. Look, a lot of things are going to Saudi Arabia. David Benavidez, one of the phenoms in the sport of boxing, is going to be performing in Saudi Arabia. Devin Haney's going to be performing in Saudi Arabia. Just put this. Jerome Bruce Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz, if it came to fruition, was going to happen in Saudi Arabia. Bruce Ennis and Tio could have happened in Saudi Arabia. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia was going to happen in Saudi Arabia. So a lot of these this fight that it was planned was not going to be here. It's not going to be here. So for networks who trust the sport of boxing once again, this fight between Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, whoever you pick, whoever you support, is more than just wins and losses. Doesn't matter. The fight has to win. Doesn't matter if Canelo Alvarez, doesn't matter if Terence Crawford win or lose. The fight has to win. Just like when it was Hagler versus Hearns on a Monday, prime time. Prime time. That was a fight on a Monday, prime time, free TV. They put up a wonderful performance to this day. People still remember, and it was only 3 rounds. Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, they better show out and entertain.